One thing that African gamers don't realize is that if you're a gamer or you want to be in the esports team, you have to create content and put it out there for people to recognize that this is what you do and these are your gameplays. They'll find it either impressive, and with your content creation, it depends on how good you are with your fans or how you can interact with people that will make them always come onto your streams and watch you day by day.
Good evening, everybody. This is your Saharan Sub, and you're welcome to episode 6 of Tales by Moonlight. And tonight we have GamerGirlNica, a pro FIFA player, PC player, and we're gonna have, is it PC or console?
Oh,
Console. Pro, yeah, GamerGirlNica is a pro FIFA console player, and it's a pleasure having her here tonight. We've had a bit of technical issues, hence the delay, a bit of hackers from Eastern Europe, and we'll get to that later on. So GamerGirlNica, you're welcome to my stream tonight. Can you just give us a brief introduction of yourself and what you do for a living?
So as you mentioned, I'm GamerGirlNica. My real name is Monica Mensah Yawa, and I'm a professional athlete for Team Falcon GH. I play FIFA, I play Apex casually, and yeah, basically.
That was a very brief introduction. So what do you do? Are you a student? Do you work and play games as well?
Yeah, I work at the moment. I work for my dad, and I mean, I'm a late night hustler, so I play video games at night.
Okay, so you work and you play your video games.
Yeah.
All right. So I posted this link to this series on my WhatsApp status, and a friend of mine from my university, my coursemate when I was in the university, said he knows you. He said he has played against you on a stream. So I was going to make this session, I was going to see if we can have an interactive session whereby maybe we'll be playing live and competing against each other. But when he said that, I was like, nah, I better advise myself. I'm not a pro player. I'm not going to be competing against a pro player, and I don't want to embarrass myself. You didn't introduce yourself properly. on your female gamer in Ghana, 5x women's FIFA tournament champ, GH. Why are you hiding that from us?
That's my Twitter. That's my Twitter bio. It says it's actually a 6 times FIFA women's tournament champion.
Okay, so yeah. You've won it 6 times. Is it like in a row, or you won
consistently?
Consistently. No. Wow. Okay. How?
It's
consistently?
A winning streak.
A winning streak.
A winning streak.
How many players are in the tournament? How many people do you compete against?
It varies. It normally varies. The least we can have is like 4. The most we've had is like 18.
18. So these are.
Yeah.
So are you competing against females or male and females?
The ones I've won, they are all females, but I've competed in. Thank you, Debbie. I've competed in mixed competitions. It was quite competitive.
Okay.
There was one tournament that I was supposed to go through to the, I think, knockout stage with the mixed tournament. That was just mostly the guys, and I was kicked out by technical issues.
So there's a debate.
I cried.
So in your mind, you believe that it's a technical error, not like you could have gone through.
Bro, it was a technical issue, I promise. I would have gone through.
Who is this person? I have to talk to this person, and I want to hear his own side of the story, because we are still claiming that it's a technical issue and you could have beaten him. I don't know. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Why not? You gotta believe in yourself. I mean, 6-time female champion of Ghana. So that's for the whole of Ghana. I mean, was it organized by the eSport Federation of Ghana? Because I see they're very active in Ghana as well.
Most of these competitions are organized by the eSports Association of Ghana, and our head is Kwesi Hayford. I don't know if he's here, but kudos to him. He does a really great job. And then there's eSports Africa News, and then eSports Africa News in collaboration with Team Falcon. That's headed by Atrisikanu. He's in the UK and he does everything from there. He has representatives in Ghana here, and they're doing a really good job.
Okay, that's great. So yeah, your profile also says you're an athlete. So you describe yourself as a pro athlete, FIFA Pro athlete or eSport gamer for Team Falcon GH. So what's Team Falcon GH? It's like a kind of like a player management organization. Can you tell us more about them?
You see how the sports disciplines have clubs or teams? Yeah, that's just how esports too is. We all belong to clubs or teams. That's what makes you the athlete. You get signed, you're given contracts to sign, and that's what makes you the athlete. So I was signed by Team Falcon in 2021, and I have a contract with them. That's what it means.
Okay, great. So you're a signed player. That means you have a lot of money then. That means like you are earning as much as pro athletes, footballers.
Yeah. Everyone, every team and how their contract goes, but it doesn't really mean that you're earning as much.
Oh, but you're earning something. So you're earning. That's what I believe. So my guys want to know if you're earning. Yeah.
I am earning. I'm earning based on actually my wins.
Your wins, okay.
Yeah.
So all right, that makes sense. So have you competed in esports across Africa, in tournaments across Africa, or mostly Ghana so far?
I have done. I have participated in 2 international tournaments. They were quite competitive, and yes, it was a female tournament, but most of them were UK-based athletes or players. And you know how in Africa here we suffer with servers, so that didn't favor me. And also the internet connection was quite poor. So competing in things like that, the possibility of winning is kind of, I don't know, should I say 30%, 80%, 20%, because they have a better latency than we do. So for instance, if I get the ball at this time, she would be able to tackle me faster. So before I even think, she has gotten the ball, yeah. So this is the problem we are facing here in Africa, and we need to fix that. That's the service. So in general, it was quite a competitive tournament, and then I think I'm going to do it again this year. But not winning doesn't mean you should quit, obviously. So I'm going to continue to find a way out.
No winning doesn't mean to quit. Yeah, we are all rooting behind you. I believe you have new fans joining you after this session, and that's very interesting. I mean, last week I was supposed to have a session, but my internet was totally off, and it's still off. I had to switch to a totally new service provider. So I can imagine how much of a technical challenge that would be for pro esport players in terms of latency. You mentioned, and these are we're talking about microseconds. Like you have to be like you shouldn't have any downtime. I was having this discussion also, I think 2 weeks ago, with the owner and manager of Arena 233, and he mentioned that Bada mentioned that the unique feature about his hub is that they have a high latency. So he was marketing it to me like, yeah, they have a high latency, so there's usually little downtime. So that means when you go for your tournament, you go to a venue or you play from home?
Yeah, so for the international tournament like this, I've been to the arena twice. It was better than when I was at home. So you see, for instance, there's something we call a ping in gaming. I'm sure you know that I may have a ping of 100 ms, and then someone in the UK has a ping of like from 10 ms to 1 ms. That is how bad it is. In Dowenya here, there's not even fiber for you to buy. I use a MiFi, so you can imagine the stress.
So I'm being corrected. FO in the chat says I made a mistake. It's supposed to be low latency. All right. So low latency means that the speed is there, the accuracy. and high latency is very bad for gaming. Thank you for the correction, Efo. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, so as you mentioned, Arena 233. This shout out to Arena 233. Arena 233, please, you should sponsor this series for all the shout out we are giving you today. So Arena 233 is located in Accra. They are an esports arena. You can go there to play competitive gaming, and they've got you covered. Great. So you said, so this year, are there any tournament lined up for this year so far? Anyone you're entering?
I have played one tournament already. And that was the Accra Esports Week tournament. Yeah.
How did that turn out?
And then there's an upcoming. Yeah, I topped in the FIFA game in the FIFA tournament. Obviously.
Oh, obviously you won that. My bad.
I did.
Is that the sixth one?
Yeah.
That's the sixth win. That's why you couldn't remember it on time.
Yeah, that's the sixth one.
Okay.
So my first win for 2023.
You've got your first win. How do you do the W sign? You got your first win already for 2023. All hail the game queen. I think I've met you before at UPSA. I don't know. I attended an event and I think you were there to play a game, but I can't remember. I can't recall if you were the one. That was last year, mid last year or something. The eSport Federation of Ghana president was there and they were giving a talk. I can't tell if you were the one. My memory is a bit fuzzy.
That was Debbie.
Okay.
That was Debbie. Okay. I think she was giving a talk.
Okay.
She was part of a panel, Girls Talk.
Nika for president, definitely. So are you looking for are you looking forward to play mixed competition, or are you just going to focus on female only category?
Trust me, I'm definitely going to be continuing the mixed competition because I want to, that's how I'm going to level myself to know that, yeah, I'm making progress because I'm training myself. I don't have a personal trainer. I'm doing all this by myself, learning everything by myself. So imagine if I had a personal trainer, I'd be in the top, how do I say this? I'd be part of the top players in Ghana. Even if it has to be the boys, yeah, I'll be there. That's where I want to get to. So I'll definitely be competing in the next tournament.
So you mentioned trainer. So why do you need a trainer to learn how to play a game? I mean, it's just a sport, it's just a video game. So, take your controllers and start playing.
No.
Oh,
professionally. Okay. We are talking about professional.
Okay.
So as for professional gaming, there are a lot of things you need to know. You don't just play like how casual gamers play their games. If you go on YouTube right now, you see various things you need to do to be better than like just a casual gamer. And that's what I'm talking about. Like some of my teammates, for example, Kalu, he's won a few tournaments, I think, yeah. And he's really good at the game. So I can pitch him to be my coach, my personal coach. He does really well. And I'm sure I can get to where I want to get to. But yeah, like I was saying, you can enter any competition with a casual game. You have to be unique. You know, if you want to succeed, you have to enter with a different angle. And already where I'm coming from is huge. My only problem now is to get better and then be seen at the top level with the guys. And not just among the women.
Not just among the women, aspiring to compete against the guys and not just among the women. That's great. So who has been your most, so I believe that if you've had a 6 winning streak, you probably have met same opponents over and over again. So who are these females that you've been meeting all the time? And what's the challenge? Like, how is it to compete against them? Do you have some mental routine that you do like, or you go like, I have to meet this person physically and tell them something and change their mood or call them on the phone or say something? Because yeah, in competitive game, I played basketball when I was younger and I follow sports attentively. And I realized that at a certain level, like let's take the World Cup Zidane played in. At a certain stage, you have to just do something weird to have an edge over your competitor. Imagine France against Italy. Materazzi had to tell Zidane something to get into his head. If not, there's no edge over them. So how do you get an edge over your opponent, or who are these opponents that you meet repetitively over there? And how do you always outdo them?
So for most of the tournaments, I would like to say that those consistent people I've met are Isabella Disu, Dabi Diamond, and Lolo. Lolo especially had been trying to defeat me so many times. So most of the competitions, she comes second. It bashes her, but Chai, you can't beat me.
It is what it is.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I just tell, I'm always calm. I'm always calm, and I just tell myself that, bro, this is what we've been training for every night. You cannot go and disgrace yourself over there. That's the mental preparation I do towards every tournament. So I just keep calm because I've noticed that with the game FIFA itself, you just have to have a relaxed mind and then think and then be accurate with everything you're trying to do. Just know what you're doing. Because in most of the tournaments, when Lolo is trying to beat me, I've had two sections where she's leading me with like 3 goals, and then I come back. I call myself the comeback queen because
All right.
how could you
The
come back from
queen.
3 goals? How could you come back from 3 goals in the second half? That's crazy, you know. So yeah, you just have to be calm and then tell yourself, give yourself the confidence, and you have nothing to lose. Just tell yourself that you have nothing to lose. Yeah, don't be so calm.
I mean, no, you have your reputation to lose.
lose.
Like your winning streak is at stake. So definitely you don't want to mess your winning streak up. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but let's be real. Sometimes things happen, you know, but like you should be ready. You should be ready for those failures and then come back stronger.
Awesome. So I was looking at some data earlier before the call, and it says that globally, almost 3/4 of women played video game in 2022. So that is 3 out of 4. That's from the survey they did. However, they are less likely to consider themselves a gamer. So I believe you call yourself a gamer, right? And why do you think you're a gamer?
Yeah.
What makes you, I believe, so how long have you been doing this, first of all? Maybe that's where we should start from. How long have you been playing competitively?
Competitively, I started in 2021.
Okay, that's just like 2 years now.
And my progress so far has been, 2 years. My progress so far is, I think, is a good start. It can easily motivate people or other women, and I'm proud of that.
But then how did you discover video games? Is this something you grew up just playing? And how did you discover video games?
So when I was growing up, back in primary or even junior high, I was a sports person actually. I played soccer.
Physical sports?
Physical sports. I was not. I played soccer. I was in the girls' team. I was not a keeper or anything. I was a striker.
Hey.
I was a striker. Yeah, I led my team in tournaments outside the school and things like that. Yeah. So I had interest in soccer a long time ago when I was younger. I played even basketball for some time. But basketball is quite hectic. I played soccer. So getting into video games, I mostly based myself on the sports games. So I started on mobile throughout. Mobile. I never really had any major gadget like a laptop or a console. Never had any of those. If I'd play on a PC, it was my friends or neighbors. Console was my neighbors. So little by little, that's how I developed a lot of interest in gaming. And then back in 2018, in 2019, that was when I improved really well in the game.
Okay. Do you have a console now?
I was going to Game Center. Yeah, I have a console that was provided to me by my boss.
Is it PS5?
No, PS4.
4. Okay, there's no 5 yet. I don't know. Is 4 the latest one?
Yeah.
PS4 is the latest one.
No, PS5 is the latest one.
Oh, there's a PS5 which is the latest, and now you have 4. Okay, so would you like a 5?
It's a lot of money. Of course.
It's a lot of money.
Course.
You want a 5?
Come on.
All right, so viewers out there, GamerGirlNica says she won a PS5. We want her to be the pro champion for Africa. and globally. If you want to compete in both categories and not limited to female categories alone. So someone should surprise us in 2023 and get GamerGirlNica an upgrade to PS5. All right. Is that it? Someone said you should start doing susu. How much is it? How much is the PS5? That's a lot of money.
It's about, at this point, you would even get one for 7K plus or
7,000 Ghana
yeah.
cedis.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's not a lot. I got my Oculus for I think about 3,000 cedis. And for a console, I think that's fair. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Your Oculus, that's a VR.
Yeah, it's a VR. I got it for like 3,000 Ghana cedis early last year or mid last year or so. Yeah, so for a PS5 console, I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, but you're going to get one. So
it has a lot of storage for sure.
Yeah. So when you get it, let them know that, yeah. I made a shout out.
I'm going to be streaming too, so hopefully.
Okay, you want to be streaming? So do you stream? You currently stream?
Not
or
yet.
You're not starting up?
Not yet.
Not yet? So you're not on Twitch or on YouTube or any of those channels?
I am on Twitch, on YouTube, but I'll be streaming mostly on Twitch.
You'll be streaming mostly on Twitch?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the Twitch handle? Or you send that to me later on, add it to the video. Wow.
Sure.
Okay. Awesome. I get most of my data from Newzoo. So Newzoo is an esports analytic platform that measures all activities in the space. And my next question is that, okay, I'm looking at the data again. Do you want to hear more data on what's happening in the esports sector?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. 35% of female players identify as gamers versus 51%. I think we've handled this already. And as you mentioned earlier, so you started playing on mobile before you moved to PC, to console, sorry. And it is estimated that 1 out of 2 players or female players are mobile players. So I think, is this why they don't identify as pro gamers? Because maybe they're probably playing Candy Crush or something, but those who play on console are the ones who are identifying as pro players. Do you have any idea why that is so?
Some of these things are, should I say, stereotypes, that because they are females, they just base themselves on these kind of games. I mean, Candy Crush was not even labeled as a female-based game. It's just a game. And actually, those kind of games you have to do quite a lot of thinking, because there is this particular game that we used, and it's like Candy Crush, and they use it in tournament. They use them for tournament. That's Match Masters. Okay. It's just the same logic as Candy Crush. Yeah, and people win money on that. There are other competitive mobile games, COD Mobile. Females play COD Mobile. Females play Apex Mobile.
That's also Call of Duty.
Yeah, there's Call of Duty, there's PUBG, there's even Apex Mobile. I think even Fortnite Mobile. So they're not based on Candy Crush. I don't think the ratings are based on Candy Crush and whatnot. They do play other competitive games that guys mostly dominate, but nobody looks at females' phones and say, oh, they are playing COD, so I'm taking their phone to check. I can testify that they do play, because I've seen a few of my female friends with such games on their phones.
You mentioned you play some other game casually. What game was that?
That was Apex Legends.
Apex Legends.
I used to play PUBG on mobile.
Okay. So Apex Legends also on console?
Yeah, on console.
Why are you not competing in that yet? Or you don't have confidence in it yet? Or you're not pro that yet?
I wouldn't. I just say I'm not yet cut out for it in a tournament, to participate in a tournament, because Apex is a really hectic game. If you don't take your time, you're just gonna be trash in tournaments. So I want to be able to build that first before I venture into tournaments for Apex.
Oh, that's great. I guess you're just focusing. Someone is asking, what's your ranking? Are you playing online as well? And
yeah, I play online.
So what's your current ranking on FIFA?
As for Division Rivals, I am in Division 5, almost at 4. Yeah.
Division 5, almost at 4.
Yeah.
And I believe that still one of the challenges you probably face is the latency issue, high latency and network issue. How do you intend solving that?
So the best thing I can do right now is to leave this area because there's better internet with fiber and there's no fiber available in my area. I should hit 3 and you buy me a PS5. Hell yeah, for sure. I'm taking your contact after this.
Who is this F4 guy? Yeah, F4.
Yeah.
So we have to hold him to his promise, yeah?
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, sis. Okay.
So you're saying you're going to move, you're going to relocate residents for fiber so you can play actively
yes,
your FIFA
stream.
games actively and stream. Okay, yeah, because of the stream as well. That's very important. So one of the revenues, in esports, one of the streams where you can make money playing esports or playing games online is through streaming. So you can generate, for those who don't know,
and content creation.
Yes. So for those who don't, I'm a content creator. My channel is not monetized yet because I don't have the right number of subscribers yet. So for those who are new to this space, one of the ways you can generate an income if you want to play games professionally or be a competitive player or just be a content creator online is that you can stream and you get views, or you can be like Monica, who is a 6-time champion, female champion in Ghana, whereby you get signed up to a team. So you get a contract where you get signed up to a team or be a streamer or have advertising deals with brands. I've seen Red Bull sponsoring a lot of people in this space. Unfortunately, someone was asking if there's no Red Bull in Ghana because we are not seeing what Red Bull is doing in Ghana. So shout out to Red Bull Ghana or Red Bull Africa. We have GamerGirlNica for Team Falcon. You can add them on to teams that you're taking on and get it on. All right, Red Bull. So we're watching out for Red Bull to see what they're going to do. So yeah, so I believe that that's how you can make money in the esports sector. Just if you want to come playing, won't start playing. And I never knew that you need a trainer. Like telling me that you need someone to train you to play a game is very new to me. I think you should shed more light on that. I mean, why? I mean, can't I just go on YouTube and get tutorials on YouTube and watch and practice? What's wrong with that? Like, why? Tell us more about the training bit.
You can go with that option, but your best experience is with someone who's experienced, and a visual representation of everything and physically would help you better. When you watch these international tournaments that are created by, I think, eSports. So I don't know if you know DH Tex and Tom Lees. They play in the competitive FIFA competitions in UK. So, for instance, there's Tex playing here, and then he has his personal coach by his side telling him this and that. So that's how you know that this is serious business, and you need to invest in these kind of management to be better at your game.
Esports is
you can also
business.
if you think you can do it all by yourself, you can. It's not compulsory that you get a trainer. I'm just saying for myself, I'm making a personal opinion.
Great. Esports is serious business. So if you want to go pro, get a trainer or join a team, and you'll be on your way to the top.
One thing that African gamers don't realize is that if you're a gamer or you want to be in the esports team, you have to create content and put it out there for people to recognize that this is what you do and these are your gameplays. They'll find it either impressive, and with your content creation, it depends on how good you are with your fans or how you can interact with people that will make them always come onto your streams and watch you day by day. So these are the little things that make you better in the esports scene and get you more brand deals and whatnot. So the main thing is put your content out there.
Great. Put your content out there. We'll revisit this content issue again. All right, Monica, talking about content creation, I feel it's very big. Like I'm a programmer as well. I'm a developer on the side. And sometimes when you're looking for solutions to your problems and you go on YouTube to find solutions to your problem, you realize that it's most likely you're going to get Indians giving you solutions to your problem. You'll not find black faces like myself creating content. So I tell my community that we need, it doesn't matter, whatever you think you're good at, we need a lot of, you go online and it's mostly Westerners who are all over the sphere. And as you said, I think you're also encouraging game content creators. And as you said, this year, one of your goals is to become a streamer, a Twitch streamer. Yeah. So Twitch is a platform for gamers, mostly for gamers. So gamers use the platform a lot and they stream their content. And can you tell us how Twitch is monetized? When you become a Twitch partner, is there other ways to monetize your Twitch channel?
I can't tell you much about becoming a Twitch affiliate or partner because I haven't reached that threshold. I haven't reached that, But the best person to talk to that about is Rita Lucia or Lady Legacies.
Lady Legacies.
Yeah. She's been streaming for more than a year now, and she's pulled up about 1,003 followers on Twitch already, and that's really motivating.
Yeah, awesome. I saw your picture. I saw you, Lady Legacies, and some few other females in some picture. That's great. Yeah, so to become, for instance, for YouTube, if you want to become a YouTube content creator and have your channel monetized, I think you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. That means people should have watched your videos for about 4,000 hours, real watching time. Then you can earn a revenue from adverts that will be showed on your channel. So I don't really know how much it works on Twitch, but I believe you can become a partner, same thing. And I think based on views or ads that are shown on your channel, and you make money on that as well. And as we mentioned earlier as well, you can get brand sponsorship. Red Bull, we are calling you out again one more time. Red Bull, we need you to come and sponsor GamerGirlNica. She's a 6-time Pro FIFA champion for Ghana and across Africa. So why ain't she signed to Red Bull? She's on Team Falcon GH. That's fine, but we need more brand sponsorship in Ghana as well. Why not? What do you think, Monica?
Of course. I mean, these are like the real deals. These are like the real goals of being an esports player, being sponsored by such companies. And there's this female athlete. She's Kenyan. That's Queen Arrow, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, she's being sponsored by Red Bull right now. She's a big inspiration to all of us here.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the challenges. Yeah, I think that's one of the challenges. So far in the esports scene in Ghana, I've seen that MTN Ghana has been doing well. Like almost on every event I see, and the sponsors, MTN is almost on it, on the billboard sponsoring the event. So I think MTN, shout out to MTN Ghana for helping the esports scene to grow. I mean, we're still at the infancy. I was looking at some data as well, once again, for 2022, and there was no real data for Africa. We've been lumped together with Middle East. So you can't really see what's really happening on the esports scene in Africa. Brands are not really coming on board, and we're not getting the real deal. And as you said, we need a real deal. We need Red Bull. We need the energy drink guys to come on board and sponsor the pro players like GamerGirlNica and let them reach their highest potential. So you mentioned something about helping other younger girls. So how has that been going so far? How are you getting other younger girls to understand how the esports works and how they can also become pro gamers as well? What has it been like so far?
Well, I've been to a few events where so I was put on a panel to speak to these younger children at Al Ryan, and we interacted a lot, and I noticed that a lot of them have the potential and want to be in the esports scene, but because of parental restrictions, they are being, held back. And also, when you're getting into the esports teams, there are age limits. You have to at least be 16 and above. And these people were younger than that. But the best thing was that they want to be in the scene, so they're passionate about it already at a younger age, which is a good thing. Because having the passion for something at a younger age is still going to be there when you reach your mid age. It's going to be there, and you're going to want to pursue that. So our plan is that, or my plan is that I go on a girls' tour in most of the regions here in Ghana, give them a platform to showcase their skills, and then pull some people on board, or people who I've seen that are better at the game. And then we help them out with consoles, sign them to a team, and everything you need to go through to become an esports player. So my basic goal right now is to have a tour, a girls' tour in Ghana here, for women in particular, or for the girl child.
Great, awesome. So how do we overcome that parental control? So there's an age limit of 16 years old. 16 years and above can be the ones who can play the games or compete maybe at a certain level. How are we going to, because from growing up, we saw we see, or we were told that playing games will not make you smart and you not know anything book-wise. I believe that's a perception, but in our generation, I think that can be changed. So how are you working towards that playing video games can actually make you smarter? Because I've seen people who have become gamers. In fact, in my engineering class, the top students were actual gamers. Like, you see them playing the games all through, and at the end of the semester, they are the ones at the top of the table of the class. So what's the correlation between being a pro gamer and performing well in schools? Or how are we going to be able to convince parents that their kids can be gamers or pro gamers and also do well academically?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So the thing with parents is a very difficult issue we're all facing right now, even personally. But the thing is that in general, or in actual fact, gamers are like the geeks. They are the ones with the knowledge. They are the smartest ones, because gaming is not easy. Trust me, Godwin, gaming is not easy at all. It takes a lot of strategy, statistics, to win a game, and not everybody can. I commend, for instance, PC gamers. Bro, to be using the keyboard is not easy, and at a fast pace, it's not easy at all. So gaming is not for the weak at all, is what I would say. But like for the parent thing, we are trying to create awareness. The thing is the awareness. They don't know a lot about it, so it's kind of an educational issue. So we are trying to implement esports in schools first. Like maybe in a school it will be under PE, that's physical education. So or it will be a subject on its own, because this is very important. Esports has the potential of creating jobs for the younger ones coming up. And then esports is not just being a gamer. There are so many fields in the esports world, or the esports scene. You can be a game designer, a game maker, game developer, web designer, graphic designer, and still be in the esports scene. You can also be a content creator, like we said, and then before even the athlete. All these people, these sub people, make more money, like the game developers themselves. Bro, the money they make out of these games, stop it. So yeah, it's not about just playing games, and it's not a cool thing to be playing games. I've been to a lot of game centers, and then guys are surprised that there's a female gamer here and like she can actually play. So we're actually trying to give people the platform to showcase their skills. So the thing with parents, it's a really tough issue out here, and I think implementing it in schools would be a better way to start off. But like if you can talk to your parents personally, if you have a good relationship with your parents, you can start off with that before you try and enter these things. But if it's also something you're more passionate about, try and find us who are already in the system and will help you out whatever problem you have.
Beautiful. So if you're out there, young person, 16 years old, you need help getting started as a gamer, as you mentioned, there's more to just playing the games. You can become a content creator, as we mentioned already. You can become a graphic designer, motion graphics. You need computer science for most of these fields as well. You can become a motion graphics, animation. You need high-powered graphic VGAs, PCs to do these things. So it's not just something you can just sit at home and use a Pentium 3 to do it. You can't achieve such a goal. We need to be trained. We need animators. Every motion, everything you see on a computer are done by codes. So you have to become a developer, a programmer to be able to do this. And they are the high-earning people. Developers are high-earning and in high demand as well. So there's more to it. And as you said, the help is there. You can also reach out to me. I also support such things, and I'll help you find your path to becoming a developer or other means in which you can earn from gaming. So thank you very much, GamerGirlNica. So you mentioned earning. I mean, most of my audience will be very interested in. Really, can you mention, like, we want to know really how the numbers. I'm going to add an effect here. Numbers. Mention some numbers. I mean, the ones you can mention. So some of the tournaments you've been for or you've been to, what are how much
the prizes, huh?
The prize money. Tell us some prize money you've seen and you've had yourself before. Yeah.
Prize money, prize pool varies from tournament to tournament, and the biggest prize pool so far is I think 30,000 Ghana cedis. That was in 2021. That was the MTN Conquest. I also participated in that, and that was my first tournament won, and I won about 2,000 cedis in total. So it was actually divided. I won 500 for even just participating as a female. I won 500, additional 500 for top goals in the game or in the tournament. And then the main prize was the first position. That was 1,500. So in total, that was 2,000 cedis here. In the second tournament, I can't quite remember, but it should be around 500 cedis. Yeah. And there are so many other tournaments with big prize pools. And there's one too coming up. That's the UPG tournament. I think that one is 10,000 Ghana cedis prize pool. Yeah. Yeah.
So parents, if a parent out there, you can hear there's real money in gaming. I mean, I was also surprised myself when let me give you statistics. Let me give you statistics. If you break down the entertainment industry to three, that is gaming, music, and movies, like Hollywood movies and the music industry. Do you know that gaming is actually generates more revenues than the music industry and the movie industry? Most people don't know this. So it's crazy. Like when I saw this early last year or late last 2 years ago, I was like, wow, and there's so much money on the table. So if you're a parent out there, there's so much money on the table. There's a lot that your kids or wards can do in the gaming industry apart from playing the games themselves. So let them explore, let them experiment, and let them go out there to be themselves. So before we wrap up, before we take questions from the audience, tell us what has been your most memorable experience being a pro gamer? Your most memorable experience, butterflies, memories, yeah.
My most memorable was the first competition I won. That was the MTN Conquest. That was how I knew that I was fulfilled. Because all my hard work has finally been put to use and I've been rewarded. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you once again, MTN. Maybe they can also come and sponsor my show for giving GamerGirlNica a fulfillment by participating in your competition, your tournament, and winning it. Thank you so much. It's an inspiration. So we believe that there are many young girls like you out there whose dream and aspirations and dream is to become pro gamers, and we're just waiting for them to happen. So this will bring us to, we have to put to a stop here right now, and we'll take questions from the audience before we call it a day. Data. So as a content creator myself, data, I'm always conscious of data. So I try to limit the timing of my content. In Africa, we struggle with data expenditure, data costs. Yeah. It's one of the challenges we have, real challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'd wanted to contribute when Nika said, was talking about young children getting into gaming. And the issue here is once they are minorities or once they are under 16, you need to get parental involvement before you can get any activities done or before you can get any engagement from their end. So you had mentioned that you wanted to do, or you'd started doing road shows to schools to talk to them about the opportunities that are available in gaming. And I thought that was a good thing you have started. And I'm pretty sure there are a few people that would be happy to support you if you put together a good proposal and shared it with me. So,
okay,
yeah.
I will.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Efo, for that contribution. We appreciate you for your time, for being here. And as we wrap this up, so what are your goals for 2023 apart from becoming a Twitch streamer?
My goal for 2023 is inspiring others to join the esports team, getting brand deals, and in the esports scene, yeah, just getting bigger and bigger in the esports scene. That is my goal right now. And all the, the things I want to do for these people who are not gamers yet, but want to be gamers. That is the tours, and then bringing more women into the space.
Great. So now it's a bragging right. I want you to call out your main opponent or competitor and call them out for a challenge. So who is the person? Call the person out and let's see bring your game on. So call out your main competitor and challenge them to your next round of game.
Also, I'm calling out Lolo. Lolo is always trying to defeat me, so I'm calling her out. I'm expecting her to try and beat me in our next competition, hands down. If she wants, we can do a 1v1 or anything. I'm down for it.
Great. Lolo, the gamepad has been handed over to you, so please show yourself worthy of this call outs. Thank you so much, GamerGirlNica and Efo and everybody who joined the session tonight. We really appreciate it. The recording is going to be made available on YouTube, and you can follow us on Twitter. Also, you can follow GamerGirl. I'm going to leave her Twitter handle on the screen. And thank you so much for coming to tonight's episode. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you.